Good morning. How are you doing? My name is Dean Roger Ray. I'm Mr. Tesla Ray, Tesla Brotherhood, and I wanted to discuss. I seen Montagraph came up with this video called "You Hid Nothing," and he gets this real patriotic vigor and says, "Well, uh, you know, I can show you WikiLeaks," and I can't help but thinking that, you know, maybe my worst enemy wants me to believe in some kind of manipulation. You know, would my worst enemy do the same thing? Get me into WikiLeaks? See, there's got to be something coming around the pike that is the Illuminati trying to sell to people so they can get you to believe in them. And I think WikiLeaks is it. Because I'm always very like, not just paranoid, but I'm just kind of like, if the main news media is handling it, you know, think about it. Why isn't the main news talking about Albert Pike and his statue in Washington and how racist that is? You know, why isn't the main media talking about the Georgia Guidestones and how terrible that is? You know, the main media is owned by a bunch of jerks, and when they start to, you know, take information from WikiLeaks, I'm like, okay, that's it. I have no faith in WikiLeaks. People are saying, hey, you know, Dean, just you know, you should hook up with WikiLeaks and tell them everything you know. And I'm like, tell the conspirators everything I know? How about I tell the people everything I know? And, you know, a little less articles to people that'll just bury my information if they don't like it. See, the thing is, I have no faith in WikiLeaks. And even less now that I read some articles from globalresearch.ca. I found an interesting article I'm going to share with you. I'll put it on. I'll put the link down in the thing, and you know, that Montagraph, he's a shill. Okay, there's no way around that fact that he is a shill. He is. I mean, it's so logical. You do not take your news from a guy that's gonna pull his pants down, show you his ass, and take a crap on the side of the road, and let your kids watch. Okay, or a guy that brags how he screwed melons. You do not trust the man. Okay, but I know people go to work and you hear dirty jokes and you get used to it so much that it's no shock to you. So somebody tries to be even more shocking. But these people do not handle smart very well. They can work well, but they can't handle smart very well. You do not trust your life in a bunch of morons who see how gross they can outgross each other. You get what I'm saying? You do not trust your life with that. You trust your life with smarter people that do nothing but do research. Okay? Now, I don't know what's behind global research. You tell me. Because I'm not trying to tell you to lock in and trust everything they say. I'm telling you, look at their article, what they say about WikiLeaks, and do some research yourself. Because that's what it's all about, is your own research. So, when you come around and you say, oh, Dean, I found out about this global research, they belong to this group people, I just come back and I'd say, I don't care. I like their article, what they had to say. Usually con artists do 90% of the truth, and I like the truth part of it. I like what they put out. I like how they proved WikiLeaks is nothing but a propaganda tool. You see? And, I'd love nothing more than Montagraph's people to see this, and all his believers to see this, and realize there is a source of information that you can get at. I mean, get at it until you can tell me, and I'll be screaming not to as well, if it's bad. But for what I read, wow. It's right on the money. It's called globalresearch.ca. I'm going to put the link in the links section there, and it's just more proof of what Montagraph is, that he's working with COINTELPRO. trying to get respect for that government that's going down. Same thing he's running down. He's trying to, because you know what? The representative of the government will change. You know, they're going to put that Ron Paul in, who is Freemason. They're going to put him in, and then all of a sudden, you know, Montagraph will turn around and go, I love the government. And then you guys will be working for the NWO. And it's that simple. And you'll be working to get everybody killed, and then when there's nobody to rescue you, you'll be dead. Okay, that's how they work. That's what they are. If they succeed in getting the people back believing in them, they will get rid of the trolls themselves. It's been done over and over and over. It's ridiculous. So Montagraph, whatever he feels he's going to get, whatever crap he's been told, he's dumb enough to believe it. Okay, but I mean, this is coming from a man that, like I said, that'll pull his pants down, show your kids his ass, take a crap on the side of the road, and then come up and try and tell you the news. I mean, it's just not what you do. You do not go to a comedian for the news. You do not go to a comedian for patriotism. You do not go to a comedian that goes beyond and does disgusting things. Because you know what? There was this guy. He said, you know, can you convince me that Montagraph is bad? First thing I sent him was Subgenius, telling jokes and be it comedy, and it's all dark. And I showed him Subgenius. It's called demoralization. It's part of communism. Yes, Montagraph is a communist. Okay, there is no if, ands, or buts. If I had the time, I could do every one of his videos and rebuttal with a perfect article like I do. And the only thing these guys come back with is, oh, use your own material. No, I don't have credibility. I have what you call, I do the research. I find out, but I do not have credibility because my research is the truth, and the truth is hard to prove. So what I do is I go out to my material that I gathered up, and I show you what that is. Okay? This is what forms my opinion. Okay? If you can tear it down, please, by all means, tear it down. Because if you find something, I'll agree with you if it's right. But I challenge you to at least look at it. Okay? Wikileaks is something trying to be sold. Alex Jones is another person trying to get sold to the government, or get sold to, because he can turn around, he can promote Ron Paul, and everything's fine again. Okay? It's all a scam to get you to believe in a bunch of people who need to be put down. They need to be stopped before they go any further. I mean, does it not make sense that, okay, you look at the vaccinations. In 1976, they did the exact same inoculations to try, and so many people got hurt over it. And here we are again, 30 years later, doing the same inoculation, and people are dredging up evidence from 1976. So this happens in cycles, right? There's no end of the world like the New World Order soldier or the new, what do we call them, Shadow Mar soldiers. Those people are a myth. And the reason they are a myth is because if they started whacking truthers, like the way Montagraph is trying to scare you, okay, they'd be whacking a lot of people and doing a lot of devastation, and then the people would realize they're all going to die, they get on deadly ground, and people will fight to the death. They will fight to the death because they have to. And if that happened, there's not very many of the bad guys. There's not enough. There's not some kung fu master that can kill 1 million people to his one person. Okay? However, they can come to your neighborhood and pop a few bullets in your brain. But at that point, if they did that, they'd have to do everybody. That's why the more truthers, the more targets, they run out of bullets. Okay? The thing is, so many of us and so little of them that even if they have these I looked up Montagraph Shadow Mar soldiers, by the way, and didn't find a thing. Okay? If anybody else finds an article on these guys, please let me know. because I am interested in who they are and what he's talking about. But so far, I think he just made up that crap, you know. And that's the same thing Alex Jones did with the Y2K. You know, Montagraph, any intelligent person would go up to his group on Blog TV and just go, what the heck is that? Because he's not a truther. He is like what he's trying to be is some fun guy. But you know, you can't have fun. You can't have fun when you're sitting there worried about some guy gonna boot you out of the room. How do you have fun with that? You see, that is part of his control, because you want to be with those peers, and you want to be with respect. And there's worse than that, because there's actually a fear there, because these guys can be pretty nasty and start ridiculing on the drop of a hat to anybody that has a differing opinion. And that's his whole group. It's just control. There's no fun involved. It's a machine. It's a machine to grind up truthers. It's a machine to create New World Order soldiers. And it's called demoralization. You can demoralize a dog by rolling them over. They'll start growling, but they have no choice. You just start rolling them over, and they start getting attitude. You slap them, bitch slap them a few times, and these dogs will. That's demoralizing a dog. It'll give, and it takes the domination right out of them. It takes your loyalty right out of you. It takes everything out of you, and then they brainwash you into believing he is telling you the truth, and he isn't. He's trying to get you to buy from the New World Order handbook. And in the New World Order handbook, well, you want to see it? It's called Eustache Army. It's called the Subgenius. It's called the Divibles. It's pure evil. And Montagraph is part of it. He even puts up Illuminati signs all over the place to say, well, geez, I told you I was Illuminati. And that's what he came up and he did a video. I've still got it in my archives. Geez, I told you I was Illuminati. What are you going to do now? You know, that's what he says to people that confront him. He says, well, Montagraph, I'm going to get in your face and I'm going to stop you from demoralizing people more. Because there has to be a people that has to say, hey, this isn't right. There's kids on YouTube. Why isn't your stuff why isn't your stuff flagged enough that it's to the point where it's too high graphical for kids? Like none of your videos are. You click on Montagraph's videos, it doesn't say, there's no thing that's up. The kid can just click on that and just watch some woman being choked to death. And what if that kid goes up to his little baby sister and says, okay, I'm going to see what happens, and starts choking? It's the training involved. You know, what if a sister gets dominated by a brother the same way Montagraph does his Umbrella Man? You do not show kids that material. And you do not show you don't show adults that material. Yeah, sure, it's on the TV, but look who owns the networks. You know, and there's one thing about TV I really have a complaint about is it's too evil. You know, I like a lot of shows on TV, and my favorite shows are on a certain channel. But you know what? I like science fiction. It's like somebody's imagination, and science fiction. There's a lot of things that are interesting. And when I go onto science fiction, I see nothing but occult crap. I'm just like, oh man, they wrecked science fiction, because that's not science fiction. That should be listed as horror. You know, when you are enveloped so much in hatred, hating your fellow man, and you are succumbed by the New World Order. And then when you listen to a guy like Montagraph, you just get yourself surrounded by people that are twice as insane. And I'm not trying to say hey, I condemn you. I don't. Just trying to tell you, don't be demoralized. Wake up, smell the coffee. Wake up. If there was any organization as big as Wikileaks, first thing they would have done is, first thing I'd do if I had the power of Wikileaks, had the power of gathering that many people together, first thing I'd do is knock down that Albert Pike statue. Second thing I would do is take down those Georgia Guidestones. Third thing I would do is rip apart Montagraph's blog TV and his YouTube. Hey, you're gone, man. You're creep. Creep is a